Hello guys, I'm Gabriel from Developer Cuisine, and today I'm going to show you how to set up TypeScript in a JavaScript application. Without further ado, let's dive straight in. Now, before diving into the actual setup, let's see what TypeScript actually is and how it helps us. If you already know all of this, feel free to skip to the setup. So, what is TypeScript? TypeScript is a strongly typed programming language that builds on JavaScript, giving you better tooling at any scale. Well, what that does mean actually? It means it provides us type safety. So TypeScript catches the errors for you right during development, so you should not be able to identify any errors in your when your application is running in production environment, for example. Intelligent support, it means that you can see and catch errors directly and you can have better autocomplete, inline documentation, and error detection. Also, when you are writing code in TypeScript, refactoring it works so smooth because it makes you renaming variables very easily, extracting functions, providing examples, and autocomplete for you. So it's all the code is safer and more efficient for you. Now we have here two examples of some basic TypeScript code. So first of all, we are going to see a variable like in plain normal JavaScript, which value is 10. You can also see that to define a type in TypeScript, we put a semicolon and the type, in this case it's a number, and as you can see it's assigned to a number, to 10. But if we want to reassign this variable to something like a string, like in this example, to the string 10, the TypeScript compilator will throw us an error that says type string is not assignable to type number. So before even running the code, it tells you that this is not possible because it's going to be an error. In the second example, we define a simple persons array, which is empty initially. And as you can see, we are trying to define some properties on this array, but this cannot be possible because only objects can have this kind of properties. And we didn't specify the type of it as an object, but as an array. So TypeScript is yelling at us, saying that property first name does not exist on type array. So that's right. And in the third example, we have a valid TypeScript definition that so you can use TypeScript for functions and many other things as well, but I just wanted to show you some basic examples so you can understand what it does. So in the third example, we have a function called add, which basically adds two numbers together. You can see that the first and the second numbers are typed as numbers, so they must be numbers and not anything else. And the return type of this function, denoted by the semicolon at the end of the function definition, must be a number as well. So when you add these two numbers together, the result must be only a number. If there is something else like a string or an array or an object or anything else but a number, TypeScript will throw an error. So under the hood, this is how TypeScript works. So your browser doesn't know anything about TypeScript. It was made to only understand JavaScript and JavaScript only. So as you can see in this illustration, in our project we were providing some TypeScript files, some TypeScript code that we are going to send by running some commands to the TypeScript compiler. It's going to do its magic internally. You don't have to know what's going internally, and by doing that, it compiles your code into JavaScript code that the browser will understand. And so when the browser gets its JavaScript code, it will display it to you as you have written the JavaScript code initially. So you don't have to do anything, just write your code in the TypeScript code, run some commands that I will show you in the next section, and the browser will understand what you want to say. So as you can see, I'm in Visual Studio Code. So let's begin. At first, we'll create a folder. I will name it server. You can name it however you like. And now, once we are inside of it, we can open the terminal from here and cd into the server and run the following command: npm init y. What this does, it allows us to add our own packages, because we'll need some to install TypeScript and Express for our Node.js application. And the y, it's only to accept the prompt they will give us. So run the following command. Okay, and as you can see inside the server folder, they created as a package.json. And now, when we are in the same server directory, run the following command: npm install TypeScript tsnode types node express at types express and save dev. What this does, it installs TypeScript package, which is the TypeScript compiler, the tsnode package, which basically allows you to run TypeScript directly in Node.js without pre-compiling, types node. It basically they give us some type definitions for Node.js, the same for Express, and Express is a fast and minimalist web framework for Node.js, providing some features for web applications. And save dev, we save them as a dev dependency. So let's run this. So they will not be in production. Let's run this. Okay, as you can see, they created some node modules and some package.log.json. And if we open up the package.json file, we can see all what we have installed under the dev dependency key right here. Okay, so that's the first step. Now we are going to create one more directory inside the server. I will name it src from source. And inside of it, we'll create an index.ts file. Oops, index.ts. Now, I'm going to paste some code and I'm going to explain it to you line by line. Okay, so this is a basic web server running Express.js and TypeScript. So it listens for HTTP requests on a specified port. The default is 3000 and responds with the message "Hello TypeScript with Express" when a GET request is made to the root URL, which is this. It also uses middleware to parse the incoming JSON data in the request body. So now that our server is in place, let's run the following command: npx tsc init. So what this does, it creates a default tsconfig.json. As you can see, it is very big, very big. It's all, as you can see, we have a lot of comments. By default, we don't need all of this. I will copy you a very basic version, which is what basically does is it takes all of our TypeScript code from the directory that we specify, and it compiles it and it saves it under the dist directory. You can call it whatever you want, dist or build or whatever you want. I will leave it as dist because this is the default. You include all the files from the src directory, so all the files that are .ts will be transpiled, compiled into JavaScript, and it says to exclude the node modules files. Okay. So now what we can do next, we are we can go in package.json. So now to make our lives easier, we can create a script in the scripts area of this package.json. And what they should do is we'll first create a script to compile the TypeScript files into JavaScript. So we can name the script compile, and it should run tsc TypeScript compile. This is what it means. And to start our server, we need to create one more script, which I will name start, and it will run npm run compile. So it will run the previous script that we created, and we will use the node command from the this directory. So what this does is basically we run npm run tsc, because the compile does just that, tsc. So we compile the TypeScript files into JavaScript files, and because our JavaScript files will be saved under a this directory that will be right here, and it will contain the index.js, we will use this to run our application. We will node into that resulting JavaScript file to run our application. So we created this. Now we can try to start the server up. So if you want to see, you can just start with npm run compile, and let's see what this does. And as you can see, this directory was created. So if you didn't see, I will delete it, and watch right here, and I will rerun the command. Okay, so it created this directory, and what this have inside of it is it's basically the same code from your index.ts. Okay, it's the same code, but it's compiled in something that JavaScript will understand. So it will result in something like this. So what I realize now behind the scenes is that we didn't provide all the code necessary to run the application. So that was my mistake. So in order for the server to run, we need to paste this code right here. So we essentially saying to the Express app that we need to listen on the port 3000, which we provided here, and it should log us some details, and the available application will be on the localhost 3000 URL. So let's run. So let's create the console and run the npm run start again. So as you can see, it says server is running on HTTP localhost 3000. So if we control click on this, we should see on the browser, hello, TypeScript with Express. So just what we wanted. So that was it for today's tutorial about how to set up a Node.js project with using TypeScript. I hope you enjoyed this one, and please click that notification bell, subscribe button, and that like button if you like, and see you next time. Bye bye.